A lot of things seem like they're going to be coming out today. You know, you got Dana White saying, this is not a drill. Dana White is going live everywhere. I guess that's just every social media. 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific with a special announcement. Listen, it's 3 minutes after. So that's probably going on right now. I got to probably tune into that. But I got to talk about this first. Misfits Series 5, Jay Swingler versus Nick Lamau. I did not see this coming. You know, just the entire card being announced. Like I was at school, I was in the auditorium with my friends. We were gonna watch something, and then we were in the bathrooms. We were coming out, and then like, this I just saw this, and I lost my shit. Like, damn, I could not believe. Like, look, the whole thing with me is my whole like surprisement with this one is usually Misfits announces the fights individually. Like one day they'll have one fight. Some days they'll have two fights. Sometimes they'll have like every 2 days they'll announce one fight. Sometimes they'll announce a fight like weeks after they already announced all the other ones. Like we've seen all those different scenarios happen. And this is different because they've never done this before where they just released the whole card. A lot of people were in favor of this happening for Misfit Series 4. They didn't do that. They did it individually instead. I think for a pay-per-view it's probably better that they do that. But you know, for these sort of like fight night esque things, like you know how like the UFC has fight nights, this is kind of like that in a way, but very very stacked. This guy down here says literally worst Misfit card to date. Like you could say that, but it still has good name value in terms of Jay Swingler, King Kenny, Dean the Great, Waleed Sharks, Ginty Halal Ham, Ashard Wet, and even like NNA Productions, who's been talking shit for a while. You know, you may say it's the least stacked. You might be right in that sense, but if you know Misfits, you know that each and every time, stacked or unstacked, however the card may look or appear, they get it right every time. It's always fireworks. It's always exciting. So it don't matter that the card's unstacked because I know guys like King Kenny are gonna put on a show. Dean the Great's gonna put on a show. Waleed Sharks NNA. This is not the fight I wanted to happen. Like Dean the Great, Waleed Sharks should have been like the rematch should have happened right away. But Waleed NNA is gonna be a very entertaining fight. Ginty is always fun. Halal Ham's cool to watch. Ashard Wet is always entertaining. If you know, you know. Nah, I'm playing. But and Jay Swingler too. Jay Swingler's always he's never had a boring fight. Jay Swingler. So you know this is not a bad card. It's an okay card, honestly. And it's on the same day as UFC 285. So I don't know which one. Actually, since it's in the UK, it's in England. So the time zones will be different. So I'll definitely be able to watch both cards in one day. That'll be a crazy, crazy day. But if we're gonna look at the card, just to take a little glimpse, Tempo Arts versus Godson. I don't know who either of these guys are. I don't know Godson's first name. I'm sure this is gonna be fun. There's two debuting fighters fighting each other. That's always good. That's always good. And I'm excited for this one. Ginty versus Halal Ham. Super, super fun fight, honestly. I feel like a lot of people are gonna sleep on this fight, but this is a hella fun fight. You know, you got a guy like Ginty who's a light cruiserweight, and a guy like Halal Ham who is a decently sized heavyweight. They're gonna be throwing down. That's always fun. If we look at cruiserweight right now, Ginty's ranked number 8. He's had 2 fights. His most recent one was a loss against JMX, who is ranked number 3. With the Halal Ham, he is number 4 in the heavyweight rankings right now. 2-1. His last fight was a win, split decision against another guy who was on this card. Then we got we got Ashard Wet versus AJ Bunker. AJ Bunker, I'm pretty sure she's fought before, but I don't know too much about her, so I can't say much. But Ashard Wet is a very sloppy but very entertaining fighter. She's gonna bring a lot of eyes to this fight. You know, whether it's promoting the fight or whether it's that content she puts out there. She gonna bring eyes to the live stream. She gonna put butts in the seats. It's gonna be a good one. This is for the flyweight champion, Misfits Flyweight Championship. That's the first female Misfits Championship fight that there's been, so that's always gonna be fun. I don't have a prediction for this one. I gotta watch more AJ Bunker, honestly. But Ashard Wet, there is a lot of pressure on her. She has to win this fight so that she can fight Elbrook, because that is the fight to make. Then you got Waleed Sharks versus NNA Productions. This is a super, super fun fight. It's crazy that it's not even like the featured bout. You know, that's wild to me. But that's just like this guy sleeping on this card. This guy down here, Jim Ryan, he's sleeping on that card. You know, Waleed Sharks is not even the featured bout. That's how like decent this card is. It's an okay card. Waleed Sharks NNA is 1-1. Waleed Sharks is 0-1 with 0-1 with one draw. Waleed Sharks has easily fought the better people. Well, actually, NNA Productions has fought Slim. He did get knocked out in the first round, but he has fought Slim. So Waleed Sharks is about Adam Saleh, and he's fought Dean the Great. And NNA Productions, his last fight was against some guy. I don't know who. I forgot his name, honestly. But the live stream is up. You can watch his fight. So if you have some time, you can watch the Slim fight as well. It was like around 40 seconds. I remember watching that shit live. That was crazy when that happened. I couldn't believe that shit. But yeah, Waleed Sharks and NNA Productions, super fun fight. I can't get my predictions on these fights yet because I'm gonna do that for my predictions video. You know, that comes out in like a month. So be prepared for that. Next up, Misfits Lightweight Championship, Dean the Great versus Puli Arif. Thing is, Dean the Great has, pretty sure he has the super featherweight title. Look, if I were to check right now, let me check the rankings, right? Super featherweight, 130 pounds, 130. Dean the Great is the super featherweight champion there. So the fact that they're fighting for the lightweight championship, that means if Dean the Great wins, he becomes a 2-division champion, and that'll be the first time that happens in Misfits history. Only in the 5th fight card, so that'll be super impressive. This is the featured bout, and Puli Arif is 2-0. He's fought on Kingpin before. You know, that's where Ashard Wet started. I'm pretty sure that's where AJ Bunker started as well. I'm pretty sure that's where Ginty started as well, if I'm not mistaken by those. But this should be an entertaining fight. I think it's pretty clear who I think would win, but nonetheless, you know. Then we got King Kenny versus Ashi Raksu. Now, this is an interesting one, right? Because, look, I don't know what weight Ginty versus Alhama is at. That's the thing with Misfits. They don't tell you which weight they're fighting at. UFC is always so consistent with what weight they're fighting at. You know, heavyweight, light heavyweight. They're fighting at middleweight. They're fighting at, you know, lightweight. They're moving up from lightweight to 170 so that they can fight there. Or one is moving up or one is moving down. Or they're fighting at catchweight. They're always letting us know the weight. You know, or not always, but they're usually, most of the time, they're letting us know the weight. With Misfits, it's always a mystery up to the weigh-ins. You got the fighters talking about weight, but you never know what weight they're actually going to fight at. The weights always change every time, you know. Ice Poseidon and Brandon Buckingham were supposed to fight in like the 130s, 140s, right? And then in like 5 days before the card happened, all of a sudden they're fighting at 175. Like, that's the whole inconsistency with this shit. Like, there's no need to do like weight cuts or whatever the fuck. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, let the fans know like what weight, what's going on. Like, Misfits should have rankings of because a lot of Misfits and like a lot of rankings I see online, they're not good. I don't think they're good. I try to be as fair as possible in my rankings. I'm not saying mine are like the best rankings in the world, but I rarely see a rankings where I'm like, yeah, I can definitely like agree with this 70% or like 80%, because I don't know, I just see a lot of people, they just have weird rankings. I don't think anybody really gets it right. I have a whole proposal for that for Misfits. I can make that in a different video. I can go in depth because I want to make this all collective effort, like not just me, but like how the UFC does it. You know, they bring a bunch of media outlets together and then they make up their own rankings. The UFC combines those, like the average of those rankings, who like they pick every time, and then those top 15, they get like the average of those, they get put up in the rankings. However it averages out to be, you know, I think they should only have 15, because if you look at the guys like Tempo Arts and Godson, like these guys are just gonna keep coming, like unknown guys. So if you just have like rankings all the way to 53, you know, that's hella inconsistent. Like they should eventually, it's gonna come to the point where the UFC, where they just have top 15, and that's how I think it'll end up having to be in the future. And we're almost coming to that now even. So the interesting fight with this, what I was saying, is King Kenny versus Ashi Raksu. Is Ashi Raksu lost to Halal Ham in their heavyweight, and it was a Oh no, I got that shit wrong. No, I got it wrong. Never mind. Discredit what I say. Halal Ham was the one who fought DTG. That was different. Actually, Raksu was the one in his last fight. He fought Anthony Taylor. That was the 3 second knockdown. And now he's fighting King Kenny, which is wild because you think Anthony Taylor would fight King Kenny instead. King Kenny, he's ranked number 2 at cruiserweight. Actually, Raksu is ranked number 13. That is, I think that's 12 difference. Hold on. How many people are in between them in the rankings? You got guys like, guys that would make sense. For example, JMX, Face Sensei. The rematch is always there. Temper lost the last fight. We can't say him. Taylor lost his last fight. Josh Bruckner. Ginty was Swarms. DK Money. Ryan Taylor is not. Luis Pineda is not. Okay, you know what? Maybe this was the fight to make, if I'm honest. The only guy there is JMX. JMX is the only other contender for that shot. Because actually, Raxu can actually make middleweight. I mean cruiserweight. I don't know if Halal Ham can make cruiserweight. Maybe he can because he's fighting a cruiserweight in Ginty. But maybe Ginty's moving up because he is a. I'm pretty sure he could make that weight if he wanted to. I don't know. Point is, this one's got a clear winner as well. We've also got another one with a clear winner. Jay Swingler versus Nick Lamau. Jay Swingler coming back. That's always fun. And not much to say about that. This video's already long enough. I swear to God. I looked 5 seconds ago. It was at 9 minutes. Now we're at 11 minutes 30. Yeah, I got to look at that Dana White announcement. I didn't want to make this video too long, but now we're in the double digits. I'm about to lose some audience retention and shit like that. But, yeah, I'm excited for this one nonetheless. I'll definitely be watching. I'll be watching any Misfits card. It's entertainment. Hella entertainment every fucking time. So, yeah, best believe I'm going to be watching. Best believe it's going to be a good night.